Make little promises and vows to your future self. Let's talk about this. This is a very interesting thing that I've experienced. So, I like to vlog and document my life. My dog in the background, scratching herself. I like to, every couple months, I like to do a vlog and just give myself an update, like where I am. And there's a lot of things that come from that. First of all, when I do a vlog and then I update my life, it's very interesting to see myself just where I am and how much I'm growing, and just to see like all the stuff that happens with my life and all the stuff I go through, because we forget so much stuff that happens to us throughout our lives. It's hard to keep track of it all because there's just so much. And like what we're thinking, what we're going through, what we're growing through, what we're having a difficult time with, the current struggles at the time, the problems that we have at the time that we haven't solved yet, all that stuff. And I found the process of vlogging very rewarding because of this. But I recently watched a vlog that had an ending very, very different than the others. But before we get to that, I would like to talk just a little bit about how when you do vlogs, if you looked at my video I have on this channel called Creating Self-Reflection Systems, or Create Self-Reflection Systems, I talk a little bit about kind of making your own practice routines where you just make your own videos talking about things you're thinking about. Well, one way to have a self-reflection system is to create vlogs for yourself. I have created all these vlogs for myself, and I've uploaded them to a personal server, such that I can store it, and I have it stored in other stuff as well. And every time I do a vlog, it's like me closing another chapter and opening another, right? If there's a great video from Leo Gira on actualize.org, which is life comes in chapters and phases, I believe, something around that. And it's just like that, where it's almost like a ritual. Doing a vlog is like a ritual where you give yourself permission to close the book on where you once were, and you grant yourself permission as well to open the book on where you're headed and where you want to be going. If you look at Jordan Peterson's self-authoring program, this is very similar, except with a lot more in-depth writing and whatnot, where you write like a whole autobiography on your life, and then you write where you want to be, and you vision out for where you want to be in like 5 years from now. And that's a very powerful exercise for establishing direction, and I highly recommend that activity for anyone, because there's so much to be gained with self-reflection, especially when you're just starting out with self-improvement. It's just ridiculous how much you can grow by just understanding how the fuck you got here. So don't underestimate the power of self-reflection in that regard. And so these vlogs, for me, this is not a vlog. This is one form of a self-reflection system, which is me just speaking on what I'm thinking about, which is really good. But specifically with vlogs, they have helped me a ton with really allowing myself to move on, and just checking in with myself. Because I know one day I will reach some pretty cool places in my life. And to see that process is what's the most inspiring. To actually document that process and to, maybe eventually show other people what that process looks like, what you're thinking throughout the entire journey of like 10 years or whatever, 10 to 20 years, right? Then that's what makes it real for other people. the best way to inspire other people is to show other people you doing the things that people want to do, right? Which is, in general, picking a huge goal and actually transforming your entire life to actually accomplish it, right? So let's talk about that thing I said earlier, where at the end of a vlog, I said something very interesting that caught my eye. It really caught my attention. And it was how I made a vow to myself, where I looked in the camera and I said, like, yo, future Christian, look, I am working my hardest to make you stronger, to make you smarter, to make you more focused, to make you less distracted. I am putting in the work every single day such that you are going to be ripped, rich, and rare. I'm putting in the work every single day such that you can escape wage slavery. I'm putting in the work every single day such that you can enjoy the life you have now. And I said something very, similar to that, right? And I feel like if we can end our vlogs like that, that is a promise we can make to ourselves, a vow we can make to ourselves, such that the next time we're thinking about skipping that workout, or the next time, we're thinking about not hitting our goals, waking up on time, or doing our routines perfectly, think about that promise you made to yourself. And my dog might bark in a second. And one really cool way. Here, I'll let you out, pup. There he goes. One really cool way to create a system like this, a vlog where you're like, I'm working towards becoming who you are, is create like a letter to yourself 5 years from now. I remember I think it was back in 2019, I created a letter for myself for 5 years from then, right? And I was just talking about all the questions I had, and I almost like made demands about the goals that I had, such that like I demanded myself to get that shit done. One sec. When you got a couple dogs, they're constant. They're like children. So where was I? So writing a letter to your future self. And I think doing it in vlog form is very interesting as well, because you can also see like the physical difference in your appearance and whatnot. And you can also vlog walking around your house, showing like where you are, right? And just so that will create even more contrast from where you are going to be in 5 years from now. I remember asking myself questions like, who's dead, who's alive, that kind of thing. And I also remember like the most important questions that I asked myself was like, have you gone big yet? And I left that open to interpretation. Like, did you earn $1 million, or did you get a super successful YouTube channel, or did you write a best-selling book? And so when I made that video for myself, the letter to myself 5 years from now, I made like a little bit of a vow to myself, like, look, I gotta get my shit together, especially before the age of 25, because that's when the prefrontal cortex starts to fully develop and you become a full adult, and then your patterns in your activity becomes a whole lot more rigid, and it becomes a whole lot more difficult to change your bad habits, right? So it was very important to me for me to fully get my shit together before age 25. And I'm almost 23 now, and I've already made so much progress, and I'm happy with where I am. And if I can continue making progress, I'm just going to, by the time I'm 25, I'm going to be dead set in all my perfect patterns. But when I just want to really communicate to you, there's something extremely special when you can look at a video that you filmed like a year ago and you end it off with like, I hope you're doing well, future me. I am working my best to make you stronger, smarter, and everything, and all that. And then when you see that a year later, that just inspires you to do the same for the future self a year from now. And so try that, make some vlogs, talk about your life, talk about your challenges, talk about what's on your mind today, stuff like that. Especially when like a decent amount of life happens, vlog for a while. And give yourself an update, maybe list out all like the things, like so you have like an itinerary of all the things that you've experienced and you want to talk about in your vlog. And eventually, when you become a great individual and people are writing biographies on you, you can point them to your database on your vlogs, so that people can write more accurately about your life story. So, yeah, I really like this one. Very, very powerful. Make a vow to your future self at the end of a vlog and at the end of a self-reflection. That's awesome. Making these promises to yourself that I'm going to do better because I want to show all this self-love. Yeah, that's about it. And to future me, I am practicing speaking right now such that you can get to where you want to go. All right. See ya. Peace out.